Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Marquee Picks. And today I've got another free 6-pick prize pick slip for you covering Monday Night Football action and recapping last night's NFL slip. We went 3 out of 3 on this slip. I felt like we had a good slip here, so we didn't get there with Josh Allen. He just came up just a bit short. Matthew Stafford, he smashed the over there, and we didn't get the under there like I thought we had. Dak Prescott, he also went over. We had the under. A couple of these should have been flipped. This slip really should have been 5 out of 6. Josh Allen had 115 passing yards at halftime, and it was a pretty close game, but it just seemed like Buffalo was running the ball a lot. So it wasn't very many opportunities through the air for Josh Allen. But when he did have the opportunities, he did, come through with some big plays, but it just wasn't quite enough. He needed at least like one more pass there. I was hoping he would get another chance there late in that fourth quarter, but he did make a big passing play there, to get him to 24 points or 28 points to Dalton Kincaid, which got him over to 200. But I was just, it was late in the game, and they were just going to run the ball out so they can win the game. So it was unfortunate there for Josh Allen, but we were right there with the projection. I mean, we had him at 230. He easily could have gotten 230. I think he would have been right on the mark if this game was just went a little bit differently. Matthew Stafford, this is another one that it wasn't going well, but I still thought we had a shot to stay under this number. But the game script here, they were trailing late. It was a really competitive game, back and forth. So lots of passes through the air, more than I was expecting. And Indiana really didn't hold up as well as I thought they would. And Dak Prescott, another one that really should have been under. I mean, talk about a game script here. He had what? I think he had 173 passing yards with 6 minutes left in the game. And I was like, well, I knew Dak was going to try to go down there and pass the ball because, they were down by 7, or was it 3? I can't remember, but they were trying to go down there and tie the game to send it to overtime. But they took the lead, and then Green Bay went down and got a field goal to send it to overtime. Once it went to overtime, we were cooked anyway. I think he had 260 or something going into the overtime. But he was well over the number. Another one that should have been hit, so we should have been really 4 out of 6. Just these game scripts didn't flow our way, but we got there with Justin Jefferson, like I said they would. Pittsburgh's terrible at guarding wide receiver ones, so we nailed that one with ease. I also said he would have a big game, and he did. 100-plus receiving yards. He got 126. And Trevor Lawrence, another one. He's the struggling quarterback right now. San Francisco is really tough at home, so we nailed that there. But I've got 6 more plays for you guys tonight. I got 1 player from each team. I got 3 plays from each game. So feel free to take what you like from these picks. I spent time adjusting my projections model here as we get some more data for the NFL season. And I really feel like these numbers are starting to get dialed in here. So I like my projections for tonight. So let me know if you guys like any of these. I'm going to show them to you right now. So let's jump into the first pick here, Monday Night Football. We're starting with the Dolphins and the Jets. First pick of the slate, we're going with Tua Tagovailoa under 235.5 passing yards. My projection for him is at 180.9. Just a little bit of insight here. I mean, the Dolphins are just a struggling team right now. I don't know really what's going on here. If the Dolphins are right, I don't think they're right now mentally. I don't know if it's with the coaches, but players. They got the Tyreek Hill incident. I don't think Tyreek Hill really wants to be there. But if this team is fully committed, I think he's easily got a shot to go over his number. But given the situation right now, I don't see this team connected as a unit. I mean, both of these teams really tonight, but I think the Dolphins more so. I think the Dolphins lose this game, and if they do, Tua is not getting over 235.5 passing yards. He does have the weapons to get there, but I just don't see it in this game at all. So that's my first pick. I know might be a little controversial, but projection says it's there, and I'm gonna rock on my projections. They say to go under. I'm going under. I like to play. First pick of the slip. Let's jump into pick number 2. Breece Hall over 57.5 rushing yards. My projection for him is at 59.3, so just above the line. You get a limited slate today, so the picks are going to be limited. and that's why these projections are a little bit tight. But I also feel like that's a good thing. When my projections are tighter, that means I'm right with like where everybody's thinking about this line, and I'm thinking it's gonna go slight over here. If the Jets win, it's gonna be on Breece Hall. They get Justin Fields back, so in one game with Justin Fields at quarterback, Breece Hall smashed this line. He went over like 100 yards. I think that just has to do because Justin Fields is another rushing threat, so that's another like guy that the defense has to key in on in the RPO game, the read option plays. So that could definitely open up Breece Hall for some big runs here. And I think he definitely has some big runs here, and I think he does eclipse this number. I mean, the Dolphins are already okay rushing defense. They have been pretty solid this year defending the run, but I think you add in Justin Fields, that gives the Jets a different dynamic. I mean, I think they're a much better offense with Justin Fields back there, if Justin Fields is healthy enough to run. So, I mean, I know he's been dealing with like concussion issues or something, so he might not run as much as he wants to, so that could affect this line. But if Justin Fields has like running on his mind, I think that takes some of the pressure off Breece Hall's legs to do some work. So I think this is a good overplay here. So another one here, last play from this game. We're targeting Malik Washington over 4.5 rushing yards. My projection is at 15.5. So I'm going with a little bit of correlation here. So if we assume that Tua is going under his passing yards, I think going with some correlation, taking the same team but a running back to go over rushing yards. Because if the Dolphins are going to have success, it's going to be on the ground with either A-Chain. I was looking at A-Chain, but my projection didn't have him going over his line. He had him just going under by like a couple yards. So I was going to go under him, but I feel like A-Chain could have went over his number more than Tua can over his number. But Malik Washington, so far this season, he's cashed this line easily in every game. The thing here is the volume. That's really all it is here. That's why the line is set so low. I've got him at least to get 2 carries in this game. So if he gets 2 carries, I think he should be able to get at least 5 yards in those carries, because the Jets are not a very good rushing defense so far this year. I know it's just 3 weeks, but they have been giving up a lot of yards on the ground, and that's another reason why I targeted the 2 under passing yards, because I think the Dolphins come out here and try to run the ball more, because they haven't been running the ball at all this season that much, and I think they really try to get the running game involved more in this game. And Malik Washington, considering that he gets around 2 carries a game, he had 1 carry in week 1, and he had 2 carries in week 2 for about 23 yards. He had 3 carries, I think, 1 week for another 20 yards. So I think this is an easy overplay for real, for going to be honest, because I just think the Dolphins really try to control the ground game in this game. I don't think this is a very high-scoring game either. I mean, I just think the clock's going to be running a lot here, especially when the Jets have the ball, because of the rushing attacks that they have. I think the clock's going to be constantly running. I don't think there's that many big plays either. So I think this is a great 3 picks here for the first Monday Night Football game. Now we're going into pick number 4. It's the other Monday Night Football game. It's the Broncos versus the Bengals. We're going Bo Nix under 223.5 passing yards. My projection is at 179.4. And I've been really targeting Bo Nix under his passing yards in like every game this season, and it's been cashing. So I'm going right back to the well here. He just hasn't seemed to have like one of those big games. He seems to be like he's trying to manage the game rather than go for big passing plays. The matchup here against the Bengals, I mean, I think this is a better rushing attack. You're going to see later on the slip I have a correlated play here as well. But the Bengals are much worse defending the run, and considering that the Broncos are favored by 7.5, that tells me that the Broncos are going to be favoring the run a lot more than the pass. And I think if the Broncos get up by a big lead, they're also just going to pound the run game, because the Bengals, I don't know if they're able to keep up with the Broncos tonight. I mean, Jake Browning, he's not a good quarterback in my eyes. I know he has some weapons, but yeah, I think Bo Nix going under this number. I mean, he's definitely capable of going over it. He's shown it in his career. But the Bengals, they are I would say about a middle of the pack when it comes to defending the pass this year so far. So, they are very capable of blowing up. And, Bo Nix is returning to his home crowd for the first time. I mean, the second time this season. I think he could come out here and look for a big game, but as of right now, I'm just gonna keep riding the under here. I've been doing it in like basically every game this season, and it's been hitting, so I'm going right back until it kills me. So that's the reasoning behind that one. Going into pick number 5, it's Chase Brown under 53.5 rushing yards. My projection is at 38.2. This is another one where he hasn't gotten his ground game going this year. I don't know what it is. I think it's because of the Jake Browning effect. I don't think teams respect Jake Browning passing ability, so they're just keying in on stopping the run, and that's what teams have been doing here. And when you have to go on the road in Denver, I expect some more rushing plays in this game, but I expect Denver's defense to step up. I know Denver's defense hasn't been the best at defending the run, but at home, you get the night game, you get the crowd in there. I think that gives the team a little bit of a boost when it comes to stopping the run. Chase Brown showing that he hasn't gotten over like a high rushing total yet this year. It also tells me he's just I don't know, struggling to find big plays on the ground. He's only averaging like 2 yards a carry, so that's not really good at all. The Broncos are very good when it comes to yards per rush this year on defense, so I think all signs are just pointing for him to go under again. And to round out the slip, we're going J.K. Dobbins over 64.5 rushing yards. Yeah, we're not just going all unders. We've got some overs in there. And my projection for him is at 74.8. So this is a more comfortable over, I would say. And again, it's a correlated play with Bo Nix, like I said earlier. Just like we did with the Dolphins with Tua and Malik Washington, we're doing the same here with the Broncos. And just because the Broncos are favored by 7.5, if they do get up with a big lead like that, again, they're just going to pound the run. And J.K. Dobbins, on top of that, he's been cashing his number in, I believe, 3 straight games this season. It's at least 2, and maybe close on the 1. He's been really just a solid back for the Broncos so far this year. He's really, I think, found a nice little home in this offense. And the Bengals they are terrible at defending the run so far I've seen. I do not like their rushing defense at all, and that's why I'm targeting the over on the rushing yards, like I said. I think they're much better at defending the pass, but I think J.K. Dobbins rips off a couple 30-yard rushes in this game, and he's going to cash this, and he can cash this early on. I think he cashes in the first half for real, if not the second half. I just think the volume, he's getting too much volume to get this number. I mean, in this matchup, I just love it. So it's a great way to end out the slip there for the PrizePicks slip today. So there's the slip, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to take what you want out of these. I know it's just 2 games, but I try to make it my duty to get out 6 plays for y'all every single day. So I know y'all probably don't want to play all of these 6 on one slip, but that is what I'm doing because I really trust these picks, and I'm really confident about these picks today. So, yeah, hope y'all enjoyed the video. If y'all did, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more free picks every day. Tomorrow we got some MLB wildcard playoff action. I'm so excited. I'll be having another video dropping same time tomorrow covering the MLB. But that's going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.